What to learn as an absolute beginner in the whole design space. This is the recommendation. Laws of UX is going to be what you need to read and learn. So I say that every time. It is basically all of the currently recognized patterns and behaviors of people when it comes to UI, UX. You need to understand them to make sure that the thing that you're building, whereas UX or UI, work and are recognized by people by some of these things. So the usual one that I showcase is the law of proximity. If you have things that are together, you can see that in that example, like that plus that are together, and then you have a fat ass space in between the next. That means that this is one link and then this is another link. That's the same behavior. You have a lot of description in there that will help you. And just read the entirety of these. If you want to go deeper, you can check the further reading on each of them. There's a ton of things that are interesting, but also it's a lot of content sometimes, so depends on you. This is the really absolute beginner starting point. You need to know these things, and then you come back here later and you ask more questions. Yeah, but that's why I'm here, Mark. The stream is here to help. So even though I'm repeating myself 50,000 times since I started, I don't care. New people come at different times and you don't have access to the past VODs and all that, to have access to that. I think that is also a thing that could be useful for you, as in tools.design will give you a list of, as name implies, tools that are available. And so if you are in needs of learning, just click on the learning section. You will have all of the website, which Load of UX is the first one. Obviously, all of that will give you like a ton of data and a ton of things that you need to know at some point. So if you're just a beginner, just do that. And then quick reminder, like I'm seeing like the UX and UI right here. If currently you feel like you are more interested in UI and you know that you want to be a UI designer first, like visual first, do not ever skip the UX learning of things. Though on the other end, if you are currently more interested by UX and the research and the definition of how things are made and why it's good and all that, you can skip the UI part. It's not necessary. So one need the other one doesn't really need the other. And when it comes to YouTube channels, yes, 100%. Tools, basically tools, YouTube channels. Figma has a YouTube channel, Sketch has a YouTube channel. The tools that you are using, whichever it is, if you are using Ethos that I have never heard of, if that's a thing that you're using, they probably have a YouTube channel or something that explain how to use their tool and how to do things in their design software. So all of these tools usually have pretty good data, but yeah, that's the main recommendation. Mainly Loads of UX.